What's up, YouTubers and official narcs? This is Mike for Narcotropolis. How's everybody doing? Thank you for being here. I will not be doing, this is not a Kensington video. This is just one of my historical Philadelphia things. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you'll be notified every time I have new content. What you're about to see in this video, I'm going to do a lot of these things. I've been doing my research on Philadelphia. Born and raised here, and I learned a lot of things. I had to use my phone to make notes because I can't remember everything. I'm not going to remember the dates and stuff like that, so I made notes on my phone to share with you guys. Right now, I'm at Penn Treaty Park. A lot of history here with William Penn, so stay tuned. Enjoy the vlog. Okay guys, I'm back. This is where William Penn landed. Long time ago in the 1600s, but he came here. So let me read off my log. This is all Penn Treaty Park. This is where William Penn met with the Indians and made a treaty. You know, I give you this much land, we'll sell you this, we'll buy this, we'll trade this. You know, we made a treaty. So let me go off and I will show you the statue of Mr. Penn. But William Penn was the son of an admiral. As a child, he wore a wig to hide the scars of smallpox. He had smallpox in his head. So as a child, he had to wear, you know, like a wig. I guess I'm doing Benjamin Franklin wigs. His father, Admiral Penn, was an ally to King Charles II. William Penn was put in prison for religious beliefs and speaking against the king. Near death, Admiral Penn buys his son release from jail and petitions James, the Duke of York, to shield William from English laws of religious persecutions. The king owed a huge debt to William Penn's father for service to the crown during the English-Dutch War. Charles II, not able to square the debt with Admiral Penn before, unfortunately, Admiral Penn passes away, so the debt was passed on to William Penn. The king chooses to repay the debt, not with money, but with land. He offers Penn a colony in North America of 45,000 square miles on the west side of the Delaware River. That's the Delaware River back there. At age 36, Penn has secured a canvas for his dream. He wants to call it Sylvania, Latin for woods, but the king insists upon naming the colony after William's father, Admiral Penn. That's where he came up with Pennsylvania. Oh God. So William Penn arrives right here in the Delaware River in his new territory on October 29, 1682. Penn wasn't the first to get here. There were Swedish, Dutch, Finns, Native Americans called the Lenape Indians. There was a robust population already here. When William Penn arrived, Native Americans had already been dealing with Europeans at some level for over 100 years. Penn and his agents seek out the Lenape chief in the late 1682. They claim they want a peaceful partnership. Penn buys land from the Lenape Indians in a deal that has come to be known as Penn Treaty in 1964. Well, it's known to be Penn Treaty because this is where I'm at. I'm at Penn Treaty Park. I'm going to show you up here. So, Ben buys land from the Indians in a deal that has come to be known as Penn Treaty. Let's do this. There's Sir Penn. Penn Treaty Park. There's Sir Penn. Sir Penn. William Penn, Pennsylvania, founded 1682 to 1982. Those people who are not covered by God will be ruled by tyrants. William Penn. Wow, pretty cool. So again, here we are, Penn Treaty Park. A lot of history right here, guys. This is where the first slaves in America came, right here. William Penn owned slaves. Benjamin Franklin, like everybody on your money and your currency owned slaves. All of them did. 2 years after the founding of Philadelphia, 150 enslaved Africans arrived to be sold at auction, right there by the river. Many people look at Philadelphia and think of freedom. They think of liberty, but the Quakers were some of the biggest financiers of the slave trade. Quakers were like Christians that came over. See, William Penn, he wanted to find a world where religious was not an issue. Back in British, in the British, like if you speak that about religious, you be put in jail. That's why Penn was put in jail. So he wanted to make a land, a city where religious was freedom, like Philadelphia is free. It's a freedom place. A lot of work though after William Penn came. Benjamin Franklin had a lot to do with it, which you'll hear a little bit later about that. But yeah, so that's why once he made it like that, a lot of people from all over the world started coming here, So the Quakers were some of the biggest financiers of slave trade. William Penn also owned slaves. These questions halt the Holy Experiment by 1963. There are hundreds of slaves in Philadelphia. They socialize in city public squares, but that year the government committee issues an order: any slave found in public without their master permission will be publicly whipped with 39 lashes. So along comes the founder of Germantown here in Philadelphia, Francis Daniel. He assumes the moral authority. When Francis gets there, he wonders what are these Quakers doing? These are Quakers who are supposed to be imagining that all human beings are equal, and yet they're holding slaves. This doesn't make any sense. He sees hypocrisy in Quaker slaveholders. He insists above all else that slavery is evil. He continues to say to the Philadelphia Friends, in Germany, we don't make slaves. Wait, hold on, I'm sorry. He continues to say to the Philadelphian Friends, in Germany, we do not make slaves of people like you do here. And you make slaves out of people on the basis of race. That's not the Christian thing to do. So we're going to go on to the next location. So William Penn dies in 1782. His wife, Hannah Callowhill, there's a street here in Philadelphia called Callowhill Street. A lot of people don't know that's his wife. So when Penn dies in 1782, his wife, Hannah Callowhill, takes over Philadelphia and becomes the fastest growing city in North America. His holy experiments has nearly bankrupted him, yet he has set an extraordinary place in motion. Yep, this William Penn and Benjamin Franklin, they build America, man. It happened right here. This is the first one. So I'm going to take you to the next location. Stay tuned. Okay, guys, welcome back. I was here before. I showed you this place before. I think I was live in here. But this is the Quaker church and the meeting house where all the Quaker meetings happen. So if you want to pause that, wait a minute. Let me get it where you can pause it. You ain't gonna be able to read all that. I mean, if you can pause that and read it.
So there's something like 20,000 dead bodies in the grass here, which is why they built the fence up so that people would stop throwing bodies.
I don't know if you heard that or not, but this place, there's like 20,000 bodies buried here and unmarked graves everywhere. There's only a few of them that are marked, but this is where they had meetings. This is where, the Quakers owned slaves because they benefit from them. They didn't have to pay them. But as Christians, they were told that that's the evil thing to do. So they were against slavery, and they told the Philadelphia area, anybody that owns a slave will be exhaled from Quaker, being a Quaker, being a Christian here. So we're going to take a walk in here. I'm going to try to be quiet. It's open, so I'm going to show you a quick inside. Everything here is original. Nothing has changed. Even the doors, everything is original. Hello, how you doing? Just taking a walk around. So let's see here. Yeah, I did a live in here before. I'm trying not to talk too loud, but I did a live here before. Yeah. There you go. Wait, let me see. There you go. Let's do this. Quaker rebels. William Penn was Philadelphia's first Quaker rebel. Countless others following him. These early fighters for social justice often broke the rules to create change. Many were rebelled, attacked, even jailed for their actions, but they kept fighting. Here are some of their stories. You can Google these names if you want. Alice Paul. You can Google some of these names, like see who they were. Whatever that says, something Mott. Here's the treaty right here, guys, what I just talked about. William Penn meeting with the Lenape Indians way back in the 1600s, right by the river. See the river? Here's the date. I said 1682. Here's some of their equipment they used. This is called a death sled. If I remember, before I read this is where they used to put the coffins and slide them down the street on a horse. Let me see. What's Arch Street? Yeah, Hearst. See, Arch Street, Hearst House. It was used to transport coffins to their burial plot on the Arch Street grounds. This is where I'm at. I'm on the Arch Street grounds, and this is original piece. See the sled. Then they will put the coffin on there, and I guess the horses will pull it from right here. The horses will pull. Yeah, here's some of the stones, original stones that were outside. This place is giving me the creeps, but there it is. Let's see. Hold on. You could be standing on up to 20,000 bodies. Wow. Yep. But this is like you can see the benches in the background. This in here, before they put all these pieces in here, this is probably like a place where they met. And up there was probably like you see up top. If you look up top, see there's seats all the way up around the top, all the way around. I think there's another room like this. Look at that. Ain't that beautiful? Look at that. This is like a blanket that was made. Maybe Betsy Ross made it. I don't know. Let me see. Quaker quilt of 1844. Wow. So here's the building where we're at. We're inside this building here. It's very, very quiet in here. I don't know if you can hear me or not. I hope you can hear me, but it's very quiet in here. Look at that. You know, I get a lot of comments on my Kensington videos. People that never been to Philly don't know about Philly. I don't want to go to that city. Look how dirty it is. Nah, man. Kensington, like I said, is just a section of Philadelphia. It's not even a city. It's just a section, a neighborhood. The American Friends Service Committee was founded by the Religious Society of Friends, Quakers, in 1970 to provide obvious ways to serve the World War One as military services. So this place had a lot to do with World War One too, in 1917. Wow. Yeah, this building wasn't just 1600s. 1917 had something to do with World War One. But yeah, let's go check out over here real quick. Let's see. There was an not. Is it this way? Let me see. How you doing? Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. Let me see. Oh, look at this. Wow. This is awesome. Beautiful. Look at original benches, original furniture. Wow. Here's a. That's the building we're in right now. You can see the horses and carriages. They didn't even have cars yet. Some pottery. Is this the place? Yeah, here's the place I was looking for. I think this is the place. Let me see. Yeah, this room here, they had a lot of meetings here. Like where I'm going to sit right here. I'm going to sit right here. and oh no, it's this room right here. I guess this is where they kept people waiting to get in here. Right, yeah, right here. Look. You see that? Look. You can smell the like the antique, old-fashioned cherry wood. You can smell it. So this is where they had meetings. Hey, so should we keep the slaves? You know, is it not Christian? Do we stop it? And they did. The Quakers stopped slavery here in Philadelphia. They said anybody that owns a slave, that goes for Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, anybody that owns a slave will be outcast of the Quaker Christian society here in Philadelphia. And the Quakers were one of the biggest reasons why they passed that, you know, Slavery Act here, make slaves free here in Philadelphia way before the South, like 100 years before the South did it. It's crazy, a lot of history. Let's walk through here. These floors here are original. All this is all original. So like how many times did Sir Benjamin Franklin walk through here? You know, Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, John Hancock. Like, how many times did they walk right through here? Like, all this, look, it's all original. All this is original. You can smell it. I don't know if you ever smelled old-fashioned wood, but that's what it smells. That's the stairs that go upstairs. And you can see up top, there's seats up top where people sat on both sides. And they also hold, there was a slave called Samson, and he was a slave for the governor of Pennsylvania here in Philadelphia, and he ran away. He didn't want to be a slave no more. When he was caught, he was sentenced to death, but the Quakers got him out of it, and they released him and let him go. To this day, they don't know what happened to him, but he was never sentenced to death. The Quakers got him out of that, and they released him. Just released him. They said he couldn't be in Philly no more. So they released him. They saved his life. And Philadelphia released him. Quakers saved his life. And to this day, they never know what happened to Samson. Never know what happened. They don't know if they recaptured him, killed him, or if he just went to Virginia somewhere, or Massachusetts, whatever. But this is one of the stuff. Let me show you something outside real quick. No, thank you. Have a good day. I'm fine. Thank you. Okay. So, I showed this before. I want to show it one more time. This is going to be a long video, so if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Remember, I'm still taking donations for wound care. I'm not doing Kensington videos until I get wound care. So if you want to make a donation for wound care, hit my Cash App, PayPal. Like the links are in the description. So where's it at? Yeah. Is this the picture I wanted to show you? No. It's probably over here. Well, there's like 20,000 bodies buried here. I forgot where that picture was at. It was a picture I wanted to show you. But let me see. It's a picture I wanted to show you. I thought it was right here. I guess not. Is this it? Yeah, this is it right here. Look at this picture. You see the people? See the people right here? Now look over here. You got, see the roof? There's like a little roof here. That's like the front door. One roof, two roof, three roof down here at the end. So you got one roof, two roof, three roof before you hit this corner with these people standing right here in this door. That's the door. There's one roof, two roof, and three all the way down at the end. So this is the Quaker building here on the corner of 4th and Arch, right across the street from the first firehouse. The first firehouse is right across the street. Yeah, back in the 1600s, when 1700s, when Benjamin Franklin came here, he noticed every time there was a fire that people would go by the river, because there was just the houses were all down by the river, and the residents would take buckets and pass the buckets along, and the thing was still burned to the ground. Benjamin Franklin said, how can we fix this problem? So he got a whole bunch of guys, and Benjamin Franklin invented the first volunteer firehouse here in Philadelphia. And that building across the street right there, that firehouse, that's where the building was. Engine 8, ladder 2. You see Benjamin Franklin's statue up top. Let me see if I can get a shot of it. Let me see. You can see Benjamin Franklin statue right there. You see it? That's Benjamin Franklin. And that's the firehouse right there. So yeah, a lot of history here, guys. I always wanted to make a video like this. You know, I know a lot of these things, but I just never remember the dates and all that. So I made sure I put it in my notes on my phone. So, you know what I mean? So let's go on to the next location. Benjamin Franklin is next, guys. Welcome back, guys. We're here on the corner of 5th and Arch. The United States Mint is right there. Trust me, if you got change in your pocket, in your purse, it came from here, or Denver, but most likely here, or San Diego. But we're here now at Christ Church. Christ Church, this is the first church ever in the United States. Not Europe, United States. Christ Church, right here, 1719. So this is where Deborah and Benjamin Franklin is buried. Showed this before. Wait a minute. Let's get this right. There we go. Oops, wrong way. Sorry. I hit the wrong button. Let me say. Let's see. It's Benjamin and Deborah. 1790. I believe that's the sun over there on the stone next to each other, next to over there. But there's how many signers in here? Let me check real quick. Hold on. Let me check. I think it's oh, let me see real quick. I forgot how many. Let me ask them at the gate. I forgot how many signers of the Declaration of Independence is buried here. Let me guess. I'm gonna guess. See if I remember. I'm gonna probably be way off. I'll say 12. I'll say 12 signers. Let's see. What's up, buddy? Quick question. How many signers were buried here of the Declaration of Independence?
There's 5 in total.
5? I don't know where I got 12 from. Do you know offhand?
Maybe signers of the Constitution.
No, the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah,
the 5. You know their names?
Yeah. So there's Franklin,
Franklin,
obviously. We
Benjamin,
got
George Russ,
Jonathan Hughes,
Francis Hopkinson,
and then Benjamin Rush.
Benjamin Rush. So that's 5. All right, thank you. So here's a quick look at the stones. These are all 1700 stones, right?
Some of them go into the 1800s.
Some, but more 16 and 17, right?
17.
17, yeah, 17, yeah. 16 is William Penn time. All right, thank you. Yeah, more 1700. 1600s. This wasn't built yet. Christ Church wasn't built when Penn was here. It was built when Franklin came here. Franklin invented a lot of things. He did the first church, the first hospital, which is Pennsylvania Hospital. You'll hear a little bit later in the story. That's where I was born. Matter of fact, I got some history right here, Mr. Benjamin Franklin. I'm going to bring you over here to the stone and read you some history things about him. So I step back here. Okay, so that's a stone there. So let me read you. Benjamin Franklin was born in 1706, but us Philadelphians believe that he was really born in 1723 when he came to Philadelphia. The only place he could have been, Ben Franklin. He runs away and comes to Philadelphia from Boston when he was 17 years old. He's hungry, he has no money, he doesn't know where to go. He comes to Philadelphia 5 years after William Penn dies. His first day in Philadelphia, he meets Deborah Reed, who becomes his wife, right there, Deborah Franklin. That's 5 years after William dies. The first day in Philadelphia, he meets Deborah Reed, who turns out to be his future wife and buried alongside him on the corner of 5th and Arch. Franklin gets to work as soon as he enters Philadelphia. Back in those times when a house caught on fire, people would pass buckets of water from the river to put out the fire. And Franklin realized that wasn't working. He started the first volunteer fire company in the British colony. Let's read some other stuff here. Let's see if we can see that stuff. I'll try to leave it like that. He also founded the first insurance company to protect their homes, the first town watch, the first public library, bifocals. He published the first newspaper. Franklin also believes he can seize a lightning bolt and transform it into electricity. But what he did next was that information. But what he did next with that information is what makes him a hero today. He invents the lightning rod. Now, when the lightning comes down and hits your house, it does not burn, and your family is safe. He invented a school that becomes the first university of Pennsylvania. First hospital on 8th and Spruce, where I was born, Pennsylvania Hospital. A state capitol, what we know as Independence Hall, and the tallest building in North America. Christ Church, which is right here. This is Christ Church. Whose spirits towers over the largest food market in the colonies. During all these inventions, there was also another problem in Philadelphia. These cult leaders, as they called back then, Christian Paxtons, didn't want any Native American Indians in Pennsylvania. And they killed thousands before heading to Philadelphia to kill the Indians that the Quakers were hiding in the north. When they came, Benjamin Franklin met them with the nation's first military. You heard that? The first nation's military, Franklin. And Franklin himself stopped a bloodbath by talking to the Paxtons and agreeing to some terms. At this time, the Quakers no longer owned slaves, and they outcast anybody in Philadelphia that did own slaves. In the aftermath of the Paxton crisis, Benjamin Franklin will travel to London on a mission to solidify American ties to the crown, but Philadelphia have their own ideas, and the city's most brilliant diplomat will soon find himself caught between two powerful forces on a collision course. That's called the Revolutionary War, guys. We're going to take a look at Benjamin and Deborah's house on Market Street. I never took you there. Let's go check that out. Real quick, guys, right here, I showed it many times. This is the Jefferson's house right here on the left hand. This house right here is Thomas Jefferson's house. This is where he made the Declaration of Independence, right here. It's called the Declaration House. It's called the Declaration House. Thomas Jefferson. This is where he wrote the Declaration of Independence. And then, of course, let me say, he walked out of his house, turned this way 1 block to Independence Hall, and had 56 people sign it. I believe it was 56 signers signed the Declaration of Independence to give us our freedom. At that time, when they were signing it, they were committing treason, because this was all owned by the British. The British owned all this, and the Declaration of Independence makes us free from that. So when they signed that Declaration of Independence, they were all committing treason, a penalty punishable by death. All of them. They knew if they got caught, they would be hung. It's a punishment by death. So yeah, this is 6th and Market. If you make a right, Independence Hall is 1 block down. Right here is the first White House. I talked about that many a times. First White House right there. Liberty Bell's right behind it. First White House right here in the corner, on the corner of 6th and Market. This is where George Washington served 2 terms. Right there. He served 2 terms there. John Adams, the 2nd president, served 1 term. He served 1 term, and then the White House was built in D.C. The reason why they built the White House in D.C. because there was too much fighting here, and so they said we got to get it away from Philadelphia. At that time, there was a lot of wars going on, civil wars and all kinds of stuff. So they just moved it more that way towards D.C., down south, and they made the White House. And John Adams moved in on his 2nd term. So John Adams, the 2nd president of the United States, was the first president to live in the White House. And so we're going over here. That's 5th Street right there behind me. In front of me is 4th Street. This is 4th and Market. Benjamin Franklin owned 3 houses on this next block. As soon as I pass this red light, he lived at 316, 318, and 322 Market Street. All 3 of them are on my right-hand side. I'm going to pull over and show you the houses. As soon as this light turns green, there's over there the Museum of Illusions. Google that, guys. The Museum of Illusions in Philadelphia, and you'll see what's in there. It's amazing the stuff they have inside there. Google that real quick, Museums of Illusion in Philadelphia. I'm going to pull over right up here. Pull over right up here real quick. Okay. Right here, pull over. So I can show you these 3 properties real quick. I'll be in and out. I don't think I can go in. I know one of them is a museum, but I don't know if it's open to the public right now. If it is, of course, I'll take you in real quick for a couple minutes. Okay. I got somebody in the car with me so I don't get a ticket. So let's go do this real quick. I might need my phone. All right. So I said 316, 318, and 322. Okay, right here. This is, you see 314. So this is 316. Benjamin Franklin and Deborah lived in this house. It's up top, you can see United States Post Office. These are original lampposts. See these lampposts? It used to be where children, back then they had the children come by with a ladder and light the wicks, kerosene, until Benjamin Franklin invented this here. It won't break. And British, they would break it. The kids would break it. So Benjamin Franklin came up with a better solution where they can't break it. And of course, when the electricity and all that, and they started using electricity. But this is 316, and then 318's right here. Look at this, guys. Is that cool? But what's that say there? Benjamin Franklin inquired within. Okay, so 18, so it's 316, it's right here, 316, 318, and then 322 is over here. Right here, 322, so he also lived here. Franklin Court. Franklin Court. Market Street houses. Benjamin Franklin built 3 of these 5 reconstructed townhouses as rental properties in the 1780s. Visit a working reproduction 18th century print shop, book bindery, and newspaper office. Explore, exhibit the visit the U.S. Post Office and Museum. 316, 318. Wow, all this, he built all this stuff, but he lived in 3 of them. 316, 318, and 322. He lived in 3 of them. So let me read something about this. When the Paxtons, the Paxtons were, it was a cult. They didn't like Indians. They were killing the Indians down south, and they came to Philadelphia to kill the Indians here. Benjamin Franklin stopped them with his military people. I told you that already. But before they came here, they were threatening to burn Benjamin Franklin's house. One of these houses, I'm not sure it was either 316, 318, or 322. Benjamin Franklin wasn't in town, but his wife Deborah was in the house, and the Paxtons came to bomb her house, bomb her, and she stopped them from doing that. I'll be reading it in a little bit, but she stopped the Paxtons from burning her house, and they left without doing it. But it was one of these houses. Like, just look at the structure, guys. Look, just looks like how beautiful this is. You see, this is like 1700s right here, and then if you look right across the street, you see 2000, 1990s, 2000. Amazing, right? A lot of these houses across the street are 1700s, all the way down. A lot of these houses, pretty cool. So let me read you some history about these houses. 316. This could have been the house where the Paxtons. Let me do this way so you can see all 3 of them. Let me read something here. In 1765, Philadelphia Artians, feeling exploited by the colonial masters in London, they count on their long-time ally Benjamin Franklin to defend them from the tyranny, but Franklin has other plans. The Artians, who are tax collectors, think that Benjamin Franklin is one of them, and of course he is, but Ben Franklin didn't like the tax laws because he thought it was corrupt. So the mad mob, headed to Benjamin Franklin's house on Market Street, where his wife Deborah was home alone. She's in real danger, but she's getting ready to defend her home that she and Benjamin built. She has no intentions of going down in the bonfire, so she makes a decision to stand her ground as she drives them away. When Benjamin Franklin hears of this, he leaves London but comes back with Thomas Paine, a no-nonsense kind of guy, very strict. Thomas believes that Pennsylvania should not be ruled by any kings, that it should have its own government, and together Thomas and Benjamin starts to create that. Now, Americans from every colony come to Philadelphia to debate independence. Thomas Jefferson from Virginia comes to join them. Jefferson was told to go work on this, go take some time and start drafting these ideas that we all debating. That we're all debating. Jefferson rents 2 rooms in a boarding house on the outskirts of the town of 7th and Market. That's what I just showed you, that house on 7th and Market. Here, the myth of fields and woods, that's all it was, fields and woods. Jefferson writes a call to arms, a Declaration of Independence. He passes off a draft to Benjamin Franklin. In the great line that comes in the preamble, Jefferson writes, "We hold these truths to be sacred, that all men are created equal," but at the same time he owns slaves. Ain't that crazy, guys? Where am I at? Where am I at? Where am I at? To the great Jefferson. All equal. Okay. Benjamin Franklin scratches out the word. Okay, he said that all men should be created equal, right? Benjamin Franklin scratches out the word and writes self-evident. Instead of being, all equal, he scratches it out and puts self-evident. They walked 2 blocks to Independence Hall where 56 signers, I was right, 56 signers signed the Declaration of Independence on July 4, 1776, knowing that they were committing treason. Betsy Ross married a guy named John Ross. Betsy Ross' house, I showed that before. It's right around the corner. It's 1 block from the Quaker house. And she also, Betsy Ross was just not some person that sat on a rocking chair and started, you know, sewing flags and stuff. She also made 60,000 musk bullets for the Revolutionary War for Washington's men. So Betsy Ross played a lot in the Revolutionary War. She casted 60,000 musk bullets. That's a lot, you know, by hand. You know, today we got machineries to do that stuff, machines to do that, but not no more. I mean, back then they didn't have it, but today we have that stuff. So the Revolutionary War starts like a month after it. The Declaration of Independence. The British Army, a guy named Saxon, burns New York City to the ground. General George Washington brings his soldiers to Philadelphia to calm frightened residents. They were waiting to fight off the British from the invasion of Philadelphia. It will be the beginning of the Revolutionary War. I wrote months after, so that was wrong. But anyway, British General William Howe approaches the city from the south, and in Brandywine, Washington's troops are wiped out. Howe's Imperial Army storms the city. The English believe if you hold the capital, you hold the country. The British Army marched down Chestnut Street, just as Washington's army had marched down a month before. Loyalist Philadelphians ruled these men as liberators. Finally, order was restored, so they thought. British officers squat and patriot masons turned Philadelphia into a conqueror's playground. British soldiers are literally living in Ben Franklin's house. You hear this shit? British soldiers are living in Ben Franklin's house. Wow, house has been sent to Franklin's house. Franklin has been sent to Paris to convince the French court to ally with the Americans against their shared enemy, Britain. Washington and his armies are shivering as suffering at Valley Forge. The question in everyone's mind is, is France going to come to our assistance? Undermanned American troops sneak past the depleted British at Barron Hill back into Philadelphia. The fate of the colonial armor lies in Benjamin Franklin's hands. Wow. Benjamin Franklin, one of the chief architects of Pennsylvania Constitution, wants to harness the spirit of 1776. He wants to finish the unfinished business to abolish slavery in America. Here's a man who owns slaves, makes his fortune advertising for runaway slaves, and at the end of his life becomes the president of the Pennsylvania Abolition Society. At his death in April 1790, 20,000 come together to honor Philadelphia's most essential citizen. There's a little history about Benjamin Franklin, guys. If you want to learn more, go Google it. I'm down here in Center City, Philadelphia. You know, this is just a little example of what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to other places. I want to take a ride to Valley Forge to show you where Washington's troops met up. A lot of thousands died there of fevers and smallpox. Diseases were going around all over the place. But Benjamin Franklin, yes, he was the man. Benjamin Franklin is the start of everything. Even your tap water, when you go in your kitchen and drink water, Benjamin Franklin did all that. You know, back then here, people were drinking water from the river. A lot of people were getting sick. So a lot of Philadelphians were sticking to alcohol. Everybody was an alcoholic back then because they didn't want to drink the water from the river. And Franklin did the first waterworks. If you're watching one of my intros, when I'm pretending I'm walking up the Rocky Steps and I say, this is for my Rocky fans. Well, in that intro, I'm showing you videos of that area. One of them is a waterfall. If you see a waterfall, that waterfall is the first waterworks in America. Benjamin Franklin started that because people were getting sick drinking water from the river. So now with the waterworks, pipes under the ground, clean water was coming to each home. Yeah, Franklin did a lot here, guys. There's a lot of history that you guys don't know. But yeah, Franklin did a lot. So I'm going to do another one of these. I'm going to go outside of Philadelphia. There's a lot of history outside of Philadelphia connected with this kind of stuff here. But I'm going to be doing another video shortly. Stay tuned for that. Franklin's Market Street house. Wow, look at the cars from the 70s, guys. Parked in front of the houses that I just showed you. Wow. See? These buildings are the last remaining structures owned by Benjamin Franklin in Philadelphia. Franklin built numbers 316, 318, and 322 Market Street in the late 1780s as rental properties. Pretty cool, right? Guys, if you like this content, please hit the like button. You know, give me a like. Remember, I'm accepting donations, my Cash App, PayPal, and the links in the description to buy wound care to do Kensington videos. If you want to see Kensington videos, send wound care. Well, Cash App, PayPal for wound care, and I'll do another one. But like I said, more videos of these coming. This is a long one. Thank you everybody that's been watching. Please hit the like button, and I'll catch you all guys on a live coming soon. Keep an eye out for that. I love you guys, man. So like I said, if you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Remember guys, love is the key, drama free. Heal the past, live the present, dream the future, love, health, peace, and happiness to all. Love one each other, guys. See you in the next one. This is Mike from Narcotropolis. Peace.
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palms. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you, and it's twisted, you've been gifted with the evil voodoo. Got me coming